Welcome to our channel. Today we will start from the key to results. Keep going is fundamental despite setbacks. Persistence is the quiet bridge between intention and outcome. Not dramatic, just daily. Today we choose to continue. We keep moving, one aligned step at a time. Persistence is recommitment, not a mood, a method. When motivation fades, structure remains. We show up on schedule, especially when it's inconvenient. Build systems that make progress automatic. Reduce friction, simplify choices. Stack habits around anchors you already do. Waking coffee, commute. Let systems carry you forward. Tiny actions compound. 5 pages read become 50. 10 push-ups become strength. A single message becomes a network. Aim for consistent, sustainable reps over heroic bursts. Expect resistance. Setbacks are not verdicts, they are data. Ask, what did this teach me? What is the smallest next step I can take right now? Then take it. Create feedback loops. Track one metric that matters. Review weekly. Adjust with humility. Improvement loves attention and honest measurement. Design your environment. Remove temptations. Place cues in sight. Prepare tools in advance. Make the right action the easy action. Leverage accountability. Tell a trusted ally your milestones. Show your work publicly or privately. Whatever keeps promises alive. Visualization meets logistics. See the win, then schedule the steps. If it isn't on the calendar, it's a wish. Put it where time can hold it. Affirm this identity. I am the person who keeps going. I honor small wins. I finish what I start. Celebrate progress without breaking momentum. Reward with alignment, not sabotage. Close each day asking, what moved me 1 square forward? Remember, persistence is freedom practiced. Step by step, the once invisible door opens wider. Keep walking, calm, consistent, sovereign. Have you ever felt it? A subtle pressure, a quiet weight you can't quite name. It's there when you wake up, a faint hum of anxiety beneath the surface of the morning. It's there in the moments of silence, a shadow that falls across your thoughts. It's that unseen barrier, a wall that surrounds you yet has no bricks or mortar. It's made of something far more resilient, far more personal. This is the silent prison of the mind. It is a place where dreams go not to die but to fade, where the vibrant colors of your greatest hopes slowly bleach into shades of gray, where aspirations are quietly locked away, not with a dramatic slam, but with the soft final click of a box you yourself have closed. You might not see the bars, but you can feel their cold touch every single day. You feel it in the hesitation before you speak your mind, in the opportunity you let pass by because a voice inside whispered, not for you. This prison is constructed from fears we rarely speak of. The fear of failure, yes, but also the terrifying secret fear of success. The fear of being seen, of being judged, of finally getting what you want and discovering you are not worthy of it. It's built with doubts that whisper to us in the dead of night. They are the architects of this confinement, murmuring insidious questions. Who do you think you are? Do you really have what it takes? Others are smarter, faster, better. It is a subtle confinement, but its power is immense, shaping the very boundaries of the life we believe we are allowed to live. It dictates our choices, steering us toward the safe, the familiar, the path of least resistance. It shrinks our ambitions, convincing us to want less, to dream smaller, to settle, and it poisons our sense of what is possible for us, painting a masterpiece of limitation on the canvas of our potential. We live our lives within these invisible walls, often without even knowing they exist. We mistake the echo of our own limiting beliefs for the sound of the universe telling us no. We walk a well-trodden path, a circle worn into the ground by our own repetitive thoughts and behaviors. We pace this small courtyard, day in and day out, convinced it is the entirety of the world, all while existing within a much larger, unseen fortress. We believe this small space is the entire world because the walls are made of our own perceptions. The anxiety of an unexpected bill feels like a God's firm hand on our shoulder, a physical reminder of our perceived lack. The constant worry about making ends meet is the relentless pacing of sentries outside our cell door. Their footsteps, a steady rhythm of not enough, not enough. We look out at the world of abundance, of freedom, of ease, and it seems like a distant land we can only view from behind a thick, impenetrable window. A world that operates by a different set of rules, a different physics of possibility. This is the quiet struggle for millions, a silent epidemic of perceived scarcity. It is a shared, unspoken sentence served in the isolation of our own minds, yet experienced collectively in the quiet desperation of our daily lives. The world of luxury, of style and effortless grace can feel like another dimension entirely. A parallel universe we can observe but never enter. It's not just about the money. That's the symptom, not the disease. It is about a feeling of belonging that seems to be denied to us. A fundamental sense that we are on the wrong side of the velvet rope of life. We see it everywhere, in magazines, on screens, in the confident stride of others who seem to move through the world with an unburdened lightness. It is the glint of a fine watch, the perfect cut of a coat, the easy laughter in an expensive restaurant that doesn't echo with the silent calculation of cost. For those of us inside the prison, these images can feel like a taunt, a constant, painful reminder of what we are not. They highlight the distance between the life we have and the life we secretly, desperately desire, a chasm that feels too wide to cross. But let's be clear, this is not envy. Envy is wanting what someone else has. This is a deep, profound ache of exclusion, a longing not for their things but for their freedom, their ease, their apparent membership to a club from which we feel permanently barred. It is the feeling of being an outsider looking in, with your face pressed against the glass of a life you feel you were never meant to live. This journey we are about to embark on is not about judging those feelings. They're valid, they're real, they're the smoke that signals the fire of a deep misalignment. It is about understanding them, holding them up to the light, not with criticism, but with curiosity. We will not offer simple tricks or hollow promises of overnight wealth. Those are just decorations for the prison walls, not a way out. Instead, we will walk together, hand in hand, into the heart of this silent prison. We will explore its architecture, examining every belief that forms its foundation. We will understand its origins, tracing the echoes of past experiences, of words spoken over us, of generational patterns that have been passed down like heirlooms. And together, we will find the key that has been in our pocket all along, perhaps rusted from disuse, but still perfectly capable of turning the lock. This is a path from pain, from the ache of not enough to power, the quiet, internal power of self-awareness and sovereign choice. It is a promise that you can dismantle these walls, not with a wrecking ball, but with gentle, persistent attention, one thought at a time, one belief at a time. The escape is not about breaking out, but about realizing the prison was never truly locked. It was an illusion, masterfully constructed, but an illusion nonetheless. The door was always open. It has been standing ajar, waiting for you. We just need to learn how to see it, to adjust our eyes to the light of what is truly possible, and then to find the courage to take that first step through. The weight of financial strain is more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's a language of deficits and deadlines that we become fluent in, often without even realizing it. It is a heavy cloak worn day and night, a garment woven from threads of worry and what-ifs that you can never seem to take off, even in the warmth of your own home. It is the knot in your stomach when the phone rings, a jolt of adrenaline, fearing it might be a collector, another reminder of an obligation you're struggling to meet. It is the quiet, constant calculation in the grocery aisle, a mental abacus clicking away, choosing what to put back, sacrificing a small comfort for a necessity. These are the unseen chains that bind us. They clink with every decision we make, from the coffee we forego to the career path we feel stuck in. A constant metallic reminder of our perceived limitations. This pressure is relentless. It doesn't clock out when you leave the office. It doesn't take weekends off. It seeps into our moments of joy, tainting them with a subtle layer of worry. A child's birthday party becomes a source of financial anxiety. A dinner with friends is overshadowed by the cost. It follows us into our sleep, fueling restless nights where the mind races through worst-case scenarios, replaying financial missteps and rehearsing anxious conversations. It fuels dreams of falling, of being chased, of being trapped. This constant low-level anxiety becomes our normal. We forget what it feels like to live without it. We learn to live with the hum of scarcity in the background of our lives. It becomes the white noise against which every other sound is measured. It is the soundtrack to our mornings, the first anxious thought upon waking, and the final heavy thought before we drift off to sleep. This is the true cost of living within the silent prison. It's a tax on our very soul. It is not just the absence of wealth, but the persistent, corrosive presence of fear. Fear of the future, a landscape that seems foggy and treacherous instead of open and full of promise. Fear of failure, which paralyzes us from taking the very risks that could lead to our liberation. Fear of asking for that raise, of starting that business, of investing in ourselves. And underneath it all, the deepest fear, the fear of not being enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy enough to deserve more. This fear colors our relationships, turning partners into adversaries over bills, creating secrets and shame where there should be trust and teamwork. This fear colors our health, manifesting as chronic stress, high blood pressure, and the neglect of our own well-being, because we feel we can't afford the time or the money for self-care. This fear colors our ability to simply be present. It steals the magic from a bedtime story, the peace from a walk in the park, the connection from a shared meal. We are so busy surviving that we forget how to truly live. We forget how to dream without the immediate crushing question of how. How could I possibly afford that? The emotional distance from a world of style and luxury grows wider with each passing day. It feels like watching a foreign film without subtitles. The people who inhabit that world seem to operate by a different set of rules, breathing a different kind of air. Their ease feels like a judgment on our struggle. And so to protect ourselves, we tell ourselves stories to make sense of this gap. They were born into it. They had connection. They were just lucky. They must have cut corners or done something unethical. And the most insidious story of all, that world isn't for people like us. These narratives are the mortar that holds the prison walls together. Each belief is another brick, solidifying our confinement. They protect us from the pain of wanting what we believe we can never have, but in doing so, they reinforce our confinement. They become a self-fulfilling prophecy. But what if those stories are wrong? The journey out of this mental prison begins with a single, powerful realization. The walls are not outside of you, they are within. The limitations are not imposed by the world, they are accepted by the mind. This is your wealth, a thermostat, an internal setting that dictates how much abundance you allow yourself to experience. This is a difficult truth to confront. It's easier to blame external forces than to accept our own role in our reality. But it is also the most empowering one you will ever embrace. Because if you set the thermostat, you can also change the setting. If the prison is internal, then the key to freedom must also be internal. It is forged in the fire of self-awareness. It means that you are not a victim of circumstance. You are a creator of your experience. I am the creator of my experience. You are the warden who has been enforcing the old limiting rules. You are the guard who has been patrolling the borders of your comfort zone. And you are the prisoner who has forgotten the cell door was never locked. You are all three, all in one. And most importantly, you hold the power to grant your own pardon. You have the authority to declare your own freedom and walk out into the sunlight. I have the power to walk into the sunlight. It is a journey of radical self-awareness, of looking at your deepest beliefs about money and worthiness without judgment. And it is a journey of gentle compassion, of understanding that these beliefs were formed to protect you, even as they now limit you. It is not a battle to be won, but more like tending to a garden. The garden of your mind. It requires patience, understanding that seeds planted today may not bloom until tomorrow. It requires nurturing, consistently feeding your mind with new thoughts of possibility, worthiness, and abundance. And it requires the gentle, persistent removal of the weeds of scarcity, fear, and doubt. Weeds that have been growing unchallenged for a very long time. The journey of transformation, the true rewiring of your mind, does not begin with a grand sweeping gesture. It is not a lottery win, a sudden inheritance, or a single dramatic event that changes everything from the outside in. No, the real change begins in the quiet sanctuary of your own consciousness. It begins with a small, almost silent and profoundly powerful act. The asking of a new question. This is the first key you will use to unlock the door. For years, perhaps for a lifetime, your mind may have run on a loop of limiting questions. These questions are not harmless, they are directives. They are commands you give your subconscious mind, which then works tirelessly to find evidence to prove them true. You have asked, why is this so hard? And your mind has shown you every obstacle, every difficulty. You have asked, why is there never enough? And your mind has filtered your reality to highlight every instance of lack, every bill, every expense that outstrips your income. You have asked, what will go wrong next? And your mind, like a loyal but misguided servant, has kept you in a state of high alert, anticipating failure and misfortune around every corner. These questions have built the very walls of your prison. But now we will ask new questions. What if it were easy? What if there was more than enough? What if everything is conspiring in my favor? These are not just questions. They are tools of alchemy designed to transform the lead of old, limiting beliefs into the gold of a new, empowered reality. They are open doors, inviting your mind to seek out new evidence, new possibilities, new pathways that were invisible before. The second tool is the affirmation. This is a deliberate act of planting a new seed in the fertile garden of your subconscious mind. But before you plant, you must first gently clear the old programming. The most powerful affirmations are spoken in the present tense, as if they are already true. Why? Because your subconscious mind does not understand one day or in the future. It only understands the now. To say, I will be, is to affirm that you currently are not. We must speak the language of reality now. So instead of saying, I will be wealthy one day, you declare with feeling, I am a magnet for wealth and abundance. Instead of Seki, I hope I can afford that, you state as fact, money flows to me easily and frequently. Let these words become your new truth. Repeat them, feel them. I am worthy of the wealth I desire. My income is constantly increasing. I am open and receptive to all the wealth life offers me. I release all my old limiting beliefs about money. I manage my money with wisdom and joy. Abundance flows into my life in surprising and miraculous ways. I'm grateful for the wealth I have and the wealth that is on its way. I give myself permission to be prosperous and successful. Write them on sticky notes and place them where you will see them often, on your bathroom mirror, in your put a monitor, your car's dashboard. Let them become the background music to your day, your new inner dialogue. The third tool is your own breath. It is the bridge between your mind and your body, the anchor to the present moment. We will use it to physically embody the state of abundance. Find a comfortable position and close your eyes. As you inhale slowly and deeply through your nose, imagine you are breathing in a golden, shimmering light. This is not just light, it is the very essence of abundance, prosperity, and joy. Feel this golden energy fill your lungs, your chest, your entire being. Feel it dissolving any knots of fear in your stomach. Feel it dissolving the tension of worry in your shoulders. In this moment, there is no lack, there is only fullness. Now, as you exhale slowly and completely through your mouth, imagine you are releasing all the old grey smoke of scarcity. Let go of the doubt, let go of the guilt, let go of the belief that you are not enough. Watch it leave you and dissolve into nothingness. This is your portable sanctuary. Whenever you feel anxiety about money rising, you can pause. Take a few conscious golden breaths and return to a state of inner peace and receptivity. You are reclaiming your power from the chaos of the external world. The fourth tool is visualization. Your imagination is the most powerful creative faculty you possess. It is the workshop of the mind, where the blueprint of your future is drawn. This is not idle daydreaming. It is a focused, deliberate mental rehearsal for your desired future. Do not just see a picture, step inside of it. Engage all your senses. What does financial freedom look like? See the number in your bank account. See the home you live in. But don't stop there. What do you hear? The sound of the ocean from your balcony. The laughter of loved ones you can now support with ease. What do you feel? The texture of a fine cashmere sweater. The warmth of the sun on your skin during a vacation you paid for in full. What do you smell? The scent of fresh coffee in your beautiful kitchen. The most crucial element of visualization is the feeling. The subconscious mind responds to emotion. It is the fuel that turns the blueprint into reality. Generate that feeling in your body as you visualize. Feel the relief. Feel the joy. Feel the security. Let the feeling of profound gratitude wash over you as if it has already happened. Create a short mental movie of your ideal day and your abundant life. Play it every morning upon waking and every night before sleep. See yourself waking up, feeling peaceful, not panicked about bills. See yourself moving through your day with ease and joy, making choices from a place of abundance, not scarcity. The final and most advanced stage of this transformation is to move from practicing these techniques to fully embodying your new self. This is the shift in identity. You stop abundance and start abundant. This is where you integrate the work into your daily life. Before making a significant choice, ask yourself, what would the wealthy, successful, and fulfilled version of me do in this situation? Would they take that low-paying job out of fear? Or would they trust their skills and hold out for an opportunity that matches their worth? Would they spend their evening scrolling mindlessly? Or would they invest that time in learning a new skill? Would they engage in gossip and complaint? Or would they focus their energy on creative solutions and building valuable connections? By consistently choosing the action of your wealthy self, you become that person. Your reality begins to rearrange itself around your new identity. You have developed an unshakable inner core of self-worth that is no longer dependent on external circumstances like your bank balance or job title. This is the ultimate freedom. You have broken out of the silent prison, not by tearing down the walls with brute force, but by realizing they were an illusion all along, constructed from the flimsy material of old thoughts and outdated beliefs. The door to your prison was never locked. It was simply a door you'd been taught not to see, a path you were conditioned to believe was not for you. Now your eyes are open, you see the handle, you see the light pouring through the frame. This world of ease, grace, style, and profound wealth is not a distant fantasy reserved for a chosen few. It is your birthright, waiting for you to claim it with the authority of your own belief. Step through the open door. Walk forward with the quiet confidence of someone who knows, deep in their bones, that you have always been worthy. Now we move from awakening to upkeep. Transformation becomes durable only when you ritualize it. Identity becomes reality when it's rehearsed daily. Start small, make it non-negotiable, and stack it. Your practice is a short, repeatable loop. Morning, 3 golden breaths, feel abundance enter. Exhale, scarcity. 1 empowering question. What would make today feel abundant and aligned? 1 affirmation said out loud with emotion. Money flows to me easily and frequently. 1 high leverage action scheduled, not hoped for. A value creating task tied to income or skill. Daytime, work in focused sprints, remove friction, silence notifications, clear the desk, open only the tools you need. Track a single lead measure, not just outcomes. Pitches sent, products improved, lessons mastered, minutes practiced. When resistance appears, shrink the step. If an hour feels heavy, do 5 minutes. Evening, 2-minute audit. What moved the needle? What got in the way? Gratitude for 3 proofs of abundance, no matter how small. Visualize tomorrow's first move so your mind rehearses it while you sleep. Weekly, 1 review session. Score your practice 0-10. Ask, what will I do differently next week to make this a 10? Reset your environment. Prepare tools. Pre-decide times. Layout cues. Monthly, a money date. Open the numbers with calm eyes. Allocate, give, save, invest, spend with intention. Upgrade 1 system, automate a bill, raise your saving rate by 1%, simplify a workflow, 90 days, 1 theme, 1 metric, 1 project. Go deep, not wide. Commitment lives in containers. Time container, same start time daily. Ritual beats motivation. Space container, a dedicated corner that signals wealth work. Social container, 1 accountability partner or small group. Expect friction, plan for it like weather. If you miss a day, you don't miss 2. Restart within 24 hours. If fear shows up, name it, breathe. 3 golden breaths, take the smallest courageous action. If doubt whispers it's not working, look at the scoreboard of actions, not the scoreboard of outcomes. Protect your attention. It is your currency. Batch consumption. Feed your mind after you've created value. Replace doom scroll triggers with abundance cues. A sticky note on your screen, a calendar alert with your affirmation, a lock screen image of your goal number. Close loops quickly. Unfinished decisions drain energy. Reaffirm identity through behavior. Before each choice, ask, what would my wealthy self do now? Then do the smallest version immediately. Celebrate evidence, the prompt reply sent. Celebrate evidence, a lesson completed. Celebrate evidence, a clean ledger. Celebrate evidence, a boundary held. Guard your body. Prosperity needs a vessel. Sleep on schedule, hydrate, walk daily. Simplicity fuels consistency, consistency fuels clarity, clarity fuels wealth. Remember, commitment is keeping the promise you made to your future self. Make the promise easy to keep. Make breaking it inconvenient. There will be flat lines, plateaus, and quiet weeks. That's not failure, that's compounding in disguise. Your job is to keep showing up, keep asking better questions, keep speaking truth to your subconscious. Keep breathing gold, keep seeing the life you are already rehearsing. This is how the invisible becomes inevitable. Questions reshape attention. Affirmations rewrite identity. Breath resets your state. Visualization primes emotion. Practice makes it permanent. You do not need louder willpower. You need tighter loops, tidy reps, a gentle, relentless rhythm. Set tomorrow's cue before you sleep. Lay out the handle of the door where your morning hand will find it. And when it's time, don't think, begin. Please subscribe to our channel for more content and inspiring affirmations.